everybody, Rabecca Eunis here, and today I wanted to chat with you about a topic of discussion that comes across our desk so frequently with our small business owner clients, and that is, do I have an independent contractor or do I have an employee performing services for me? And this is such an important question to get right, because if you don't nail it and you misclassify this particular person performing services, the ramifications can be steep. So we want to make sure that we get it right. So generally speaking, if you, the business owner, only control the end result of the services or the job being performed, you have an independent contractor. Now that's generally speaking, and I heed you caution to stopping this video right now saying, well, she said. There's some other points of contention that I want to go through with you. There are a couple of control questions and a relationship question that you really need to have the knowledge behind in order to really determine the correct classification of this individual. And the first one is behavioral control. So does the small business owner tell this worker when and where and how to do the job? Okay, or does the worker just kind of go and do it on their time? And does the small business owner own the tools and the equipment that's going to be utilized for the job? Or is that the worker's responsibility to show up with that? And with regard to execution of the job and how it gets, completed and the time frame that it gets completed and what workers we use to assist with the job, if all of these aspects stay with that small business owner, so if the business owner retains the control on all of these aspects with regard to establishing that performance and following it all the way to the end through execution to getting that job done, chances are they have an employee working for them and not an independent contractor, okay? Second is you want to take a look at financial control. And what do I mean by financial control? Well, number one, is the worker invested in that job? And what I mean by that is if you're an independent contractor, you have your own team, you have your own supplies, you provide your own supplies, you provide your own tools and equipment, okay? Also, is this particular worker marketable for someone else to hire them for the same or similar services? Because if that's the case, then chances are they could also be an independent contractor. At the end of the day, how do you pay them? Do you pay them through payroll where you take taxes out and you, the employer, are matching those taxes? Or is it a direct check right to that person with flat fee, no taxes coming out, all right? Also, are you responsible to this particular person for vacation pay, sick time, employee benefits such as health care and pension? Or is that not your responsibility? And they're on their own with regard to that. So those are some financial controls to take a look at. But the key financial control is at the end of this job, does this worker show a profit and a loss, right? Or is it just their paycheck? Because if they show a profit and a loss, that means that they're taking in all the revenue that you're paying them. They're absorbing all the expenses from that job site. And at the end of the day, whatever they net is their profit or loss. But if they don't have that and they just get that paycheck from you, they're an employee, all right? Last but not least, is you just want to take a look at the relationship between those two parties, okay? So is there a contract with regard to when the job will commence, how much the job will cost, the scope of the work to be included in that particular job? If there's, adjustments to the job, do we have to edit or add on an addendum to this particular contract? Or is it an employee-employer contract that stipulates, here's your hourly rate, after 3 months you'll have health care, after 3 months you'll have a pension plan, open up to you. Do you have vacation pay? Do you have sick pay? Okay, if there's a contract in place for that, then chances are you have an employee. But the key is that you have to take a look at this relationship and these behavioral and financial controls as a whole. You can't take them individually because sometimes you might have some of one, some of another, okay? So it's the whole scope. Because within that relationship control, you can also take a look at, after this is done, what's my relationship with this person? Do we continue? And do they just come back the next day and we start something new? Or are they on their merry way doing something else? Because sometimes a general contractor may indeed use the same plumber and the same electrician on every single job site, but they're not employees, and that's viable. Okay, so you gotta take everything as a whole. Now, if you're still confused, okay, after you go through these questions and you go back and you review behavioral, financial control, and the type of relationship, you're still not sure, what am I gonna tell you to do? I'm gonna tell you to call your BFF CPA. Of course I am. But if you don't have one, of course you certainly can contact us. But if not, there is a form at irs.gov, G-O-V, and it's called Form SS-8. And what that is, it's a determination form. Okay, and you're going to see behavioral control, financial control, with all questions underneath. You, the employer or the business owner, will fill that out and send it off to the Internal Revenue Service and let them make the determination. They'll send it back to you and tell you this person is an independent contractor or an employee. All right, I hope this served you. And of course, if you have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to message us or contact us. We're always on the other end of the phone. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video.